On Supersize versus Superskinny tonight, a woman who thinks she's unlocked the secret to aging.
From a very young age, I've always said that I was never getting old.
By going on a radical diet.
My mind controls my body.
And a man whose love of food is getting in the way of his love life.
Oh, I have a very wonderful relationship with food. We're together most times.
For a stomach-turning week, they're going to swap diets to teach each other a tough lesson about food.
Because I am slim, does it have to mean that I have an issue with food?
Journalist Anna Richardson delves into the murky world of diet pills and learns about some hideous side effects.
You'd have to make sure you didn't fart.
You would literally poo your pants.
Yes.
And Gillian McKee enlists some help in reducing the nation's rears.
I've now been tasked to tighten up those backsides. Oh,
For the last 4 weeks, we've been fattening up the super skinny in our feeding clinic, and this week is no exception. Checking in tonight is Elizabeth Young from Brentford. She thinks her restrictive diet is the key to eternal youth.
I've never really embraced the aging process. From a very young age, I've always said that I was never getting old.
Elizabeth is part of a radical growing trend.
Being skinny and looking young are twin obsessions of our time, and many women think that a restricted diet is the key to eternal youth. However, if you start cutting out essential food groups and then drastically reducing what you eat, then you risk aging prematurely and you'll do serious damage to your body.
Proud of her health regime, Elizabeth wants to take part in the swap to prove that not all super skinnies have issues with food.
I don't have a bond with food. I can take it or leave it. I'm not emotionally connected to food. To me, I see food like petrol, in a sense that you only put petrol in a car when the car needs it. So I put food into my body when I need it.
Her anti-aging diet will now come under the spotlight as Dr. Jesson checks Elizabeth into the feeding clinic.
You're exactly 5 foot.
An average woman of 5 foot should weigh 7 stone 2 pounds.
You are 6 stone 2.
That sounds very good.
Very good. We'll talk about that later.
With a 22-inch waist, Elizabeth is the size of an average 7-year-old girl. But Elizabeth is 41, an adult Peter Pan. In her quest for eternal youth, she has designed a truly extreme diet, only eating foods which she thinks will keep her young.
I normally have 4 Brazil nuts and 4 California prunes if I'm having breakfast, because I only eat when I'm hungry.
And if she is hungry, dinner is a bowl of rice, tuna and raw garlic, which could last her 3 days.
I have 4 cloves of garlic every day, and that is usually sliced in with whatever I'm having.
Elizabeth has rigid tests in place to make sure she doesn't put on weight.
If I cannot get my fingers around my leg, then I know that I need to do some more exercise or to eat a little bit less. I like being this size.
Elizabeth may think her regime is ultra-healthy, but Dr. Jesson is not convinced.
You're really quite a lot underweight.
I don't think I'm underweight.
You don't think you are? Why not?
I feel perfectly healthy.
What do you think might happen long term if you stay this weight?
I think I'll live longer.
Do you?
Yes.
Why do you think that? Where did you hear that eating very little will make you live longer?
It's not so much about eating very little, it's just my mindset. I've pretty much found out that some food are good for you, some are bad. So I choose the ones that are good.
I'm going to really be harsh with you and tackle you this week and show you that actually eating more is not going to make you fat. And if you carry on like this, you will make yourself ill long term, and I guarantee that. Elizabeth thinks she's found the secret to eternal life, but because her diet is so poor and she's missing important vitamins and minerals, she's actually going to age quite rapidly.
Dr. Jesson's got a major battle on with Elizabeth, so we've brought in the big guns. He's one of our largest supersizers. Meet Stefan. He's been morbidly obese for the past 10 years, and he's a foodaholic. 36-year-old Stefan is a milkman who has a serious love affair with food.
Oh, I have a very wonderful relationship with food. We're together most times.
With 3 a.m. starts, his feeding frenzy begins with an early morning trip to the local bakery.
Oh, the smell of Danish pastry and the bread, and it just has me at hello, and that starts my day off, and from then on it's just a downhill tread to destruction. Sausage rolls and cheese, big cream finger bun, and I would feast on crisps and coke and scone, and anything that's eatable that's in my road is just doomed.
Over the next 5 days, Stefan will be trying to kick-start Elizabeth's passion for food, as well as calling a halt to his over-amorous relationship.
You are £485 exactly.
That's a whopping 34 stone, 9 pounds, nearly 3 times heavier than his recommended weight. Stefan's waist is more than 3 times the size of Elizabeth's.
I've worked out your body mass to be 67. That is the highest body mass I have ever seen in anybody. We would call morbidly obese a body mass of about 50. Morbidly obese means heading for an early grave. You ain't gonna make 40.
I'm not ready for dying yet. I've got life in me yet. I've got a drive in me. I want to see my niece grow up. I want to live.
They say opposites attract, so with a 28 stone difference and contradictory views on food, could this diet swap be a marriage made in heaven or hell? Well, we're about to find out. It's time for Supersize to meet Superskinny.
I'm Stefan.
Elizabeth.
Hello, Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm alright.
Well, look where we've found ourselves, eh? Oh my goodness me. So, I'm really, really big.
I'm really small, they tell me.
Well, 34 stone of sheer...
You don't look 34 stone.
Do I not look 34 stone? That's fantastic. Do I look 34 stone now? It looks
you
like
wear it
this.
well.
Thanks very much. So, Elizabeth, why are you here?
I want to prove that not all skinny people have issues with food.
I have the most shocking diet, so I'm really looking forward to yours.
We are going to have so much fun. Yeah, but I could tell that as soon as I saw him, I read his personality. Yeah, like-minded.
Before Dr. Jessen can enlarge Elizabeth and slenderize Stefan, he needs to open their eyes to their extreme eating.
This is going to be the first of your big wake-up calls to what I think is a really serious problem that you've both got, okay? And that is your really messed-up attitudes to food. This is what you tend to get through in a week for your breakfast. Let's have a look. So this is your dried cereal, because you don't have milk with it. You have orange juice, that's the banana.
That's the banana.
And I bet there's some nuts coming in, because I remember you have Brazil nuts as well, don't you? That's an entire week's worth of breakfast. Let's move on to lunches now. Do you like garlic?
No.
Oh dear. Rice? You like your turkey curry type things, don't you? And pasta. What one food, if you were given the choice of any food as a sort of last meal, what would you choose?
I don't see food in those terms.
You see, this is what's so interesting with you. You don't have a passion, you don't have a love of food.
Could I just say something?
Absolutely.
I had no idea I was eating so much.
You think that's a lot of food?
There's a lot of food.
Elizabeth may think this is a large amount of food, but a woman's typical recommended daily intake is 2,000 calories. Elizabeth eats a shockingly meagre 1,000 calories. This means she's under-eating by 7,000 calories a week, or 3.5 days' worth of food.
I want to turn and have a look at what it is Stefan eats.
Let's go.
Sausage rolls. Nice start to the day. What's that?
Scones.
Scones, okay.
That's
Sausages.
cheese. Sausages.
Is this sort of 10 a.m. breakfast? Where are we up to? 8 a.m.?
You're into the burger section.
Here come your snacks, by the way. Crisps, family-sized bags of chocolate sweets. How much colour would you drink during the day?
Maybe 2-3 pints.
Here we go. Here we go. Ever had Irish stew?
No.
You're going to love it.
I've never had it like that either.
I don't even know where we're up to. I'm completely lost with you. But it's
I'm lost myself,
it's a constant intake of huge quantities of food.
Stefan is gobbling down a staggering 8,590 calories a day. That's a whopping 60,130 a week, which is an overeat of 16 days.
Good luck, Elizabeth. Do you want a spoon?
Still to come, will it be murder on the dance floor for our two supersizers?
You're gonna go deep into territory that you don't want to go into.
What's that?
Put ephedrine.
What's ephedrine? Anna Richardson gets pills and thrills on an extreme diet. Oh my word, they were mental! And Gillian McKeith sticks a boot into the buttocks of Portsmouth.
I want your bums to stand to attention rather than hanging low. Gillian McKeith has arrived to save your ass.
We're a nation of large arses.
And big bums.
And I'm travelling the length and breadth of the country on a campaign to reduce them.
Your left side's a bit less toned than the right. Why would that be?
I do salsa.
Do you? You're only using one leg? Oh, she's got some tone. She needs to lose a little bit of padding.
I found out that the national average is a whopping 40.5 inches. It's time for action. So, I've rounded up a sample of 101 fat-bottomed girls to try out different means and machines that claim to trim your tush.
I'm on a mission to ban big bums. And I'm about to show you a future where lumpy rears and roomy bums are a thing of the past.
This week, our group of volunteers has sailed in from Portsmouth in a bid for ship-shape buttocks.
Okay, let's take a look then, shall we, girls? Oh dear, okay.
At an average of 45.5 inches, my wide-loaded women are 5.5 inches apiece over the national average. With a total of 500 inches, they're as beamy as a barge.
What do the sailors say when you walk by?
They don't. So, I've got the perfect solution to bust those billowing backsides.
Thank you.
And save our souls, it's a special pair of shoes.
Okay, they look a bit strange.
Called MBT's Maasai Barefoot Technology. They're based on the way the Maasai tribes people walk in the sand.
They feel quite light and bouncy to walk in, actually. They're quite, it's like got space boots.
The makers claim the shoes distribute pressure equally over the foot, causing the unbalanced body to use muscles usually neglected when walking, meaning you get a buttock punching workout.
You can sort of feel it in back to your legs and sort of already after about 20 minutes of putting them on. Kind of like you're walking on uneven ground. It's kind of weird.
But you're only going to reduce those rears by really walking off that pork. So I think it's time for booty camp.
Right, ladies, I want your bums to stand to attention rather than hanging low. I've got something to put you through your paces, ladies. Sergeant Major!
For one day only, I've drafted in a little help from a friend.
Ladies, this is Warrant Officer First Class Phillips, and you'd better get that title right.
I've now been tasked to tighten up those backsides. Fall in! Move to the left in fall! Left tight! Behind the right! Quick! March! Left fight! Left fight! Left fight! Left! Left fight! Left fight! Left fight! Left! Turn right! Right! Wheel! Wait for it! Left fight! Left fight! Left fight! Left!
If you want a packed bum, you've got to do the work.
Come on, ladies, faster! WLP!
Now, all that remains to be seen is whether the shoe-stomping troop succeed in beating the droop. Join me later to find out.
Back at the diet swap, and Superskinny Elizabeth and Supersize Stefan are about to embark on a week of eating each other's diets. Breakfast is Stefan's first encounter with Elizabeth's strict anti-aging diet.
Oh, what have I got there? Elizabeth, young lady?
Recognize anything?
Oh, no, I recognise the banana.
These are
I haven't
prunes.
seen them from I was about 9.
And these are Brazil nuts.
Brazil nuts, I haven't seen them since there was chocolate on them. So.
And for Elizabeth, it's a saturated fat delight. 2 sausage rolls on white backs with cheese, lashings of butter and double mayo. All washed down with a glass of Coke.
Brilliant. Okay, tell my mum I love her. The dried prunes feels like I've just reached into the waste disposal and took out some big dirty old tea bags.
Stefan may not be enjoying his breakfast, but prunes are packed with essential minerals and antioxidants, great to keep skin looking young. And as a traditional remedy for constipation, prunes are also one of the most effective means of helping things run smoothly on the inside.
I don't necessarily like Brazil nuts or prunes, but they serve a purpose, so I eat them. For me, happiness isn't in sitting down and eating a plate of food. There is no feeling, no emotions attached whatsoever. Am I sounding like Mr. Spock?
After failing to finish her first meal, it's obvious Elizabeth gets no enjoyment from eating. But for Stefan, food and emotion go hand in hand. But his overeating is standing in the way of any real passion in his life.
I think when you're talking about relationships, when you're this size, if you can't love yourself, you're not going to invite anyone into your life to love you. I want to be slim to be good looking, you know, because I don't think this is good looking.
A good-looking shepherd's pie is what Elizabeth faces up to now she's on Stefan's diet.
Some presentation-ness.
And she serves up some chicken and rice sprinkled with her signature ingredient, 4 raw cloves of garlic.
Okay. Oh.
The garlic is medicinal.
Yeah, I could find another word for it, but...
Stefan might dislike the taste of raw garlic, but both cooked and raw, it's a powerful tool in lowering cholesterol and keeps the blood healthily thin, therefore preventing blood clots.
Give me a taste in my mouth, much like sucking a 2p would give you a taste in your mouth.
Ordinarily, I'd probably be thinking yuck, because it didn't look very appetizing, did it? It was going through the motions. It was just opening my mouth, putting the food in.
At the end of day 1, Elizabeth's stubborn mindset is not changing.
Elizabeth has a wonderful discipline towards food. I'm still not convinced if it controls her as she controls it.
I'm different. So my habits are not the habits that normal people would have. It's a mind over matter thing. So my mind controls my body.
This isn't a view Dr. Jessen believes will help you live a long and healthy life.
I've got news for Elizabeth. Her diet is so poor, so lacking in essential vitamins and minerals that far from preventing the aging process, she's actually setting herself up for big problems in the future.
It's time to give her a wake-up call about the true effects her diet will have on her body as she gets older.
With your hand here, it looks fine now, but if you're not getting enough calcium, how are your nails going to go properly? Where's that calcium going to come from?
I have no idea.
I'll tell you, it's coming from your bones.
Elizabeth's very restrictive diet, which includes very little dairy, can lead to thinning hair, dry skin and brittle nails.
And what do you think happens to old women's bones when they're thin and brittle?
They become fragile.
They become fragile and they break. Old ladies are always falling over. They fracture their hip and that can often kill them.
Okay.
Far from being an anti-aging diet, the lack of minerals in Elizabeth's food could stop her from producing collagen and leave her skin loose and wrinkly.
You are doing untold damage to your body for the future. Just imagine this scenario, right? You catch some horrible bug. You get salmonella, let's say, okay? You have chronic diarrhea all the time. You can't eat because you're sick. Where are your reserves to get you through that?
I won't answer that.
Well, the 4 weeks of bottom-burning exercise is up for my Portsmouth girls.
Left, tight. Right, left, right.
Have my arse-busting routine succeeded in toning up these tushes? The South Coast, you were given the MBT shoes to help walk off those inches. So, do the shoes just talk the talk, or do they walk the park? Let's take a peek! Ooh. They look a bit leaner, and even feel a bit firmer.
That's a definite improvement. That's quite good.
In the end, it all comes down to the tail of the tape.
I've lost 2 inches off my waist and an inch off my bottom. And I'm really surprised.
I'm absolutely amazed at how much I've lost. I've gone from 48 inches to 44 and a half. And it's not like I do loads of walking.
A couple of my friends said they look like correctional shoes. And somebody said to me they look like I bought them for a tenner off the local market. But I love them.
The results are in! How did it go? Well, I can tell you that the total inch loss is 19 and a half inches. It's an average loss of 1.77 inches per bum, and it's a great result. It takes the Portsmouth posse to the top of the league.
That's fantastic. Well done, South Coast. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Back at the swap, and after a couple of days on Stefan's diet, Elizabeth needs some time out and opts for her favourite activity, dancing. And for Stefan, it could be just what he needs to win new hearts back home.
I'm gonna get you dancing.
I have rhythm. Look, this body has rhythm.
All right.
Okay.
That should make it easy then.
All right.
Cue the music.
It's a little bit of freestyle.
Yeah.
Just put it out, remember. Me and Elizabeth had a great song together, we'd done some moves, but when I stepped back, there was only Elizabeth in the room. Elizabeth was focused on Elizabeth.
I am stuck in a time warp, and that's part of the reason why I'm still, as far as I'm concerned, young, because the people I used to go clubbing with, they're all old and boring now, and I'm still the same. I would hope that in 20 years I'm still doing this, in 40 years even.
Concerned that his dance partner might be hungry after their workout, Stefan treats Elizabeth to one of his favourite snacks, a burger.
I know how to get out of a woman's heart, quite literally.
You may have to give her a heart attack. Please, no more food offerings.
Unfortunately for Elizabeth, only 60 minutes later, dinner arrives, and it's not small. It's a large portion of fish and chips.
Had I not eaten everything else today, I would have been able to eat that, all of that.
And for Stefan, time really is standing still, as he faces another anti-aging meal packed full of raw garlic.
There's going to be a 10-mile zone around me in London with my breath. I'm not going to be able to walk anywhere. It's 2 full days now without caffeine, without the sugar, without the constant feed of food. I think it's just brought my emotions down a little, and the normal sparky self has just been, it's just a little subdued. And I find that irritations are a little bit more intense. I'm just feeling a little...
Things don't get any easier for Stefan the next day as he faces bran flakes without any milk.
Yep.
Isn't it just like eating crisps?
No. It's not.
And for Elizabeth, it's something she'd never normally allow herself to eat. Fried sausages and deep-fried fries.
I'm sick of food. I'm just sick of the frequency with which it's coming at me.
By dinner time, Stefan is famished and in urgent need of a decent meal. Perhaps something like the dish he served up to Elizabeth, fish with cheesy potatoes.
This is... well...
But no, it's more pasta with raw garlic. And for dessert, Stefan's got a second bowl of high-fibre bran mixed with yoghurt and apple. And his goodwill is wearing thin.
This here is like somebody who is constantly worried about their health, constantly worried about their physical health. This here is a concoction that has been concocted.
Your opinion, not sort of
but
like
it's an opinion that you're giving me,
no,
because...
But that's what you don't know me. Because I am slim, does it have to mean that I have an issue with food?
Do you have an issue with it, though?
You tell me.
I'm trying to find...
Don't try to find out anything. Take me as you find me, but don't try to go deeper, because you're going to go deep into territory that you don't want to go into.
Well, I'll allow you to have your fish and your potatoes and peas analysed free. There was an angry reaction to any sort of criticism or any sort of observation, and I'm not sure if I could cope with another dinner session like that.
Coming up, Elizabeth gets supersized.
That Elizabeth has broke.
Anna Richardson discovers the shocking truth behind diet pills.
Your heart will stop, you'll have a heart attack.
Crikey, that's pretty serious.
Yep.
And find out if Gillian's bark is worse than her bite.
Do you still think a little bit of what you fancy does you good?
Occasionally. Over the last 3 weeks, I've tried model diets, celebrity diets, and even surgery, but I've only managed to shift 5 pounds, which quite frankly isn't enough given the extremes I've gone to. So this week, I'm looking for an over-the-counter quick fix: diet pills. These days, there is a pill for almost everything, from making your hair grow to improving your sex drive and even giving you a tan. So there must be a miracle pill that will shed my excess pounds and fast.
I've had a quick count, and there's over 40 different slimming products just right here. It's amazing. Well, to be honest, there's only one thing for it then. Might as well just go for it.
The diet pill industry has an estimated global worth of over £9 million. A staggering 50% of women in the UK claim to have used or to be on diet pills. So it seems I'm not the only one wanting that quick fix.
Let's swim.
There are various ways that diet pills claim to work. Diuretics remove water, laxatives encourage the movement of food through the small intestine, fat metabolizers claim to help your body burn fat quicker, bulking agents expand in the tummy to fill you up, and others simply suppress your appetite.
Look, this is an absolute minefield. There are so many diet pills on the market. It's absolutely incredible, and I literally don't know where to start.
The barrage of different ingredients is quite confusing, so I'm going to keep it simple and choose a natural diet pill.
Hoodoo is a succulent plant found in the Kalahari Desert in South Africa. In the wild, it's been chewed for centuries by the Kalahari Bushmen to stave off hunger pangs on their long hunting trips. Right, so basically all I've got to do is take a pill before every meal time, by the sounds of things, and that's supposed to suppress my appetite and make me not eat as much. How brilliant is that? It's easy. Okay, it's lunchtime. I am really hungry, but it's okay because I've got my lunch. Okay, it's not going to work. Bon appetit. Oh, already it's vile. Because with Hoodoo, you kind of want to eat, but then when you start, you just lose all your appetite. You just can't get through your food at all. And it's quite an odd sensation.
Whilst I've been researching the minefield that is the diet pill market, I've discovered a pill that actually makes you lose fat in a very bizarre way. 46-year-old Denise Townsend has always struggled with her weight, and at her heaviest was 32 stone. So she was prepared to try anything, even pills, that make you poo your fat.
It gets rid of all the fat out of your body. It certainly does. You're sitting on the loo for the next few weeks while you take it. It's absolutely horrendous.
So what comes out of your backside?
You know, like dishwater when you've cleaned your pans up from the oven? It was like scum all on the top of the toilet water.
What, you'd left like a tide mark?
Yes, yeah, and then you used to have to get the bleach and put it around the toilet to take it off, because when you flush the toilet, it wouldn't go down.
And
it was horrible. It was the fat that come out your body that you'd been eating. You'd have to make sure you didn't fart.
What, would you poo yourself?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
While you were out and about?
Yes.
Did that ever happen to you?
Yes, it happens to them all. It stained your clothes, it didn't come out your pants. You could never, you had to throw your pants away, it would never come out with anything, it would never come out. It was horrendous, it was an orangey peel, like fat. It was awful.
Denise's pills are among the few that are licensed for slimming in the UK, but incredibly, I've discovered there are a host of unlicensed products available to purchase online. Shockingly, it is not illegal to buy unlicensed slimming pills in the UK, it is only illegal to sell them. So anyone can buy unlicensed pills on websites outside the UK, and there are no regulations or restrictions on what you could put into your body. The result? People are self-prescribing a cocktail of unlicensed drugs. I'm on my way to meet Larissa and Thea, two glamour models whose quest to be thin involves doing just that.
We're on these ones here. You can't get them in the UK.
What's that?
It's called ephedrine.
But you have to combine them with caffeine at the same time. So 200 milligrams of caffeine, for instance, is a good combination for our body weight.
Hang on a minute. Hold on a minute, Dr. Thea.
Yeah.
So what's ephedrine?
Basically, ephedrine in its original form is like an amphetamine. What it does is it gives you the ability at the gym. If, let's say, you could do half an hour running machine and really full tilt, what it will do is up your ability. So instead of just doing half an hour, you'll do an hour at full tilt. So obviously, when you get past the first half an hour, you get to really fat burning stage.
You know, it gives you more energy, and it doesn't necessarily like make the weight drop off automatically.
So for you guys, it's a case of, it's not that you want to take pills to suppress your appetite. You want to take pills that are going to kind of supercharge you so that you rock on down to the gym and go for hours.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's talk about the downsides of ephedrine.
Yeah.
What happens?
Your sweat stinks. I mean, you're getting this really, really sticky. And the other thing is, make sure you're near a loo.
It's only when you've done exercise that it really makes you want to go to the toilet, like literally straight away. Like we did it like 2 hours this morning in the gym, and it was straight to the toilet. We're like, quick! It's almost like the exercise, and then it just flushes everything out.
No bloats in the stomach.
So you guys are buying this over the internet?
Yeah, babe.
Okay. Do you not worry about that? Do you not think, God, this isn't safe?
We're so vain. We are so careful about what we put into our body. So we researched it, and you know we know people that take it and all that. Like, we're not stupid.
So I mean, you guys are really buzzed up. So do you not have difficulty sleeping?
Yeah, I do have. We both do have difficulty sleeping. Like sometimes, especially if we've done it at night. You know, gone to the gym at night, and it's like 10, 11 o'clock by the time we come out of the gym, we're still really charged. We take magnesium, and it just helps to counteract it a bit and makes you fall to sleep.
Do you know what is so weird about this? It sounds to me just like sort of classic drug talk of, we take these and they're like real uppers, and then we're on the go all day, but then I've got to take something else to get me down again so I can sleep. It's kind of just a substitute for drugs, really.
Well, you see, you could actually, in theory, do it in diet. If you want to go to bed, if you want to go to sleep, warm milk and bananas produce sleep stuff in your body. I can't remember what you call it, but it makes your body want to go to sleep. So we could do it that way, but we're lazy.
I've just come out of there, and can I just say, oh my word, they were mental! How is taking diet pills any different to taking Class A drugs? I just don't understand, and I'm really worried about this, because if I carry on taking diet pills, will I end up like that? Who knows? But 3 days in, my pills seem to be having the desired effect. So yesterday, all I had to eat was a banana, and today, all I've had to eat or drink is a cup of tea. So, nil by mouth, nearly. Later on in the show, I discover some shocking revelations about the effects of taking unlicensed diet pills.
Your heart will stop, you'll have a heart attack.
Crikey, that's pretty serious.
Yep.
As we all know, a night out with friends can often mean a fast food finish and diets going to the dogs. But there's no need to take a gamble on your gut. If these punters want to stay whippet thin, would they know which one of these 3 choice takeout meals has the highest calories?
Underneath these lids, I have got papadums, basmati rice, vegetable curry, chicken tikka and chana masala, and a little bit of onion salad. 3 slices of deep pan pepperoni pizza. And over here, cheeseburger and chips. Which takeaway has the highest calorie count?
I would say Indian.
The Indian, easily.
The burger. He would say the burger.
Why?
One, they use bad beef. That's cooked in fat, no doubt the chips. And it's a bread roll. You're too busy looking at him.
How many calories do you think's in that plate of pizza?
120.
120, you sure?
Yeah.
Looking at the vegetables.
Give me a number.
150 calories, 200 calories.
And how about the burger and chips?
About 500.
Right then, 41% of the punters at the dog races think that the pizza is the highest in calories. Are they right?
Well, actually, they were.
Pizza's high in calories.
3 slices of deep pan pepperoni pizza clocks in at around 1,056 calories. For that, you could eat 2 large servings of lasagna with salad, or 8 slices of thin and crispy cheese and tomato pizza, or 70 medium-sized tomatoes.
I can't believe that, because the pizza doesn't even look like it's got a lot of calories in
Supersize is the burger and chips. It's still a whopper at 840 calories. But if you absolutely must have a meaty treat, I found 3 of the lowest calorie versions around. At 626, the Indian is the best takeout of all 3 in terms of calories, but it's all down to careful selection. Opt for a non-creamy curry like chicken tikka, have boiled rice, and if you want less calories, then a poppadom comes in at only 37, rather than a naan which contains a whopping 250 calories.
So do you still think a little bit of what you fancy does you good? Occasionally.
Back at the diet swap, Dr. Jetson makes a last-ditch attempt to change Superskinny Elizabeth's extreme eating habits.
Do you think you need to put on any weight?
No.
No. Do you think if you run along at this weight, you will run into any problems later on in life?
I can't predict the future.
You really don't know?
No.
Even after the things I've talked to you about, you still don't know?
I heard what you told me, but like I said, I'm working on cures. As far as I'm concerned, old age is an illness. It's an ailment.
Old age is an illness?
It's an ailment, yeah.
So old age isn't a natural thing that should happen? It only happens to sick people?
I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm talking about things that I'm doing for myself.
I know, and that's what I'm trying to undo a little bit now, because some of the things you're doing, I'm telling you medically, are not the right things for the future. Perhaps you feel fine now. I promise you, you won't later on. Well, that's why I really want to help you. So, from now on, are you going to try a little bit harder? I want to see you, I really want to see you try and finish a whole meal.
Try.
Your hardest, okay? Your harder, promise me. Yeah?
Deal.
It's the final morning of the swap, and it's Elizabeth's last chance to prove she can finish a whole meal. But will she do it? Stefan will not be sorry to see the back of the terrible trio.
Oh, I may cry. I may cry through this. Elizabeth, I have never truly met anyone like you in my life. And I think one of you in my lifetime is pretty much enough.
For me, this feels like an accomplishment. I wasn't hungry, but I knew that if I paced myself, obviously having a strong will, I'd be able to do it.
Finally, we've done it. We succeeded. Give me a wee high five. I think she enjoyed it. I think for the first time the whole experience, she's felt full. Again, she won't admit it, but I think that Elizabeth has broke. Full of energy and ready to get up and go?
I'm feeling full.
Full to start.
So, you've done it. You've got through to the end of what has been a really difficult week for both of you, hasn't it? So you've now got 12 weeks where you're going to go away on sensible, balanced diets. I want you to work really hard at those, which I think you're both going to, aren't you? I'm looking at you. But I'd love it if you could think about how some of the things, the ideas and suggestions that I've come up with for you might work into your philosophy, that you can actually incorporate them, and I hope set you up for that long, healthy life that you're really going for. Do you think that would be possible too?
I think.
Yeah?
Possibly.
Yeah? I like you. You agreeing with me, and it's wonderful. That's for you, Stefan. I want you to go for it. Really try, because I want to see you pounds lighter at the end of this 12 weeks. Elizabeth, that's yours as well. So, I'm going to wish you the best of luck. I really think you're both going to succeed, actually. And I'm going to see you in 12 weeks' time a lot happier. Okay?
Elizabeth and Stefan are on their own for 12 weeks, and it's down to them to face up to their demons and turn their lives and their bodies around.
This has been one of the toughest emotional challenging journeys I have ever faced in my life.
I came expecting to eat junk food. I did not come expecting to eat a lot of food. But having said that, I know that my eating habits isn't that of a normal person.
The lifestyle that I left is and has to change. My lifestyle regarding food, obviously. But in every aspect, I think I'm going to have to be more honest, more open, and more true to myself.
Coming up, Elizabeth and Stefan return for their final weigh-in.
You know, I didn't think it was that much.
And Anna learns the shocking truth about the diet pills that kill.
Your heart will stop, you'll have a heart attack.
Meeting the two self-confessed diet pill junkies and seeing how wild the ephedrine seems to make them got me wondering what is really in these slimming pills that are so readily available. So I'm hoping that top pharmacologist Professor Tony Moffat can shed some light on the subject.
Ephedrine is a stimulant, the same sort of family as amphetamine, and it's banned for use in products like we're talking about for the treatment of weight loss. And the reason for that is it's dangerous. It has effects on the heart and on the brain, and it can cause problems, and that's why it's been taken off the market for this purpose. So buying something from the internet which has been taken off the market, not a good idea.
These girls that were taking the ephedrine, I mean, they were literally popping 2 or 3 a day with caffeine tablets.
Ephedrine will actually overload the heart, your heart will stop, you'll have a heart attack.
Crikey, that's pretty serious.
Yep.
Okay, so don't take ephedrine, is kind of the message. Especially not with caffeine.
Don't take it at all.
But what about the pills that I bought in my local health food shop? Surely they are quick and safe to lose the excess pounds.
These over-the-counter medicines, by and large, they're pretty safe. They're all fairly low dosages.
I've learned some alarming facts about the effects of diet pills, and it seems shocking to me that anyone can get access to potentially harmful products. As for me, even though I've shed 2 pounds taking the natural supplement Hoodia, I've made the decision that pill popping as a way to lose weight isn't for me. So, I think there's only one thing for it, really. Over the next few weeks, I'll be investigating the power of the mind over weight loss. I'll be jetting off to New York to get the latest fat-busting tips from across the pond. And I'll be revealing the harsh reality of the dark world of extreme dieting. 12 weeks ago, Superskinny Elizabeth was severely restricting her diet on just 1,000 calories a day in the belief that this would slow down the aging process. Since leaving the feeding clinic, she's been given a healthy, higher-calorie eating plan.
You're looking very well. And have you put on weight?
Yeah, lots.
Her final weigh-in will reveal whether she's got herself up to a more healthy weight.
Well, hello, look at you.
Look at you.
How are you?
What happened to your hair?
Elizabeth being reunited with her Supersize opposite, Stefan, to share the results.
Okay, guys, let's get down to the important bit, is whether you've lost or gained accordingly, yeah? So, Elizabeth, you've gone from 6 stone 2 to 6 stone 11.
Kidding me.
You have put on 9 pounds, which is phenomenal. I'm gobsmacked. That's fantastic.
I put on 9 pounds?
You've put on 9 pounds. Yes. What do you think of that, Stefan?
You know, I didn't think it was that much.
Well done, you. Absolutely. Well, I'm just delighted with you. I didn't believe that you would do it. You look wonderful.
Elizabeth has also put on 1 inch around her arms and 1.5 inches around her waist.
I wish I could put an inch onto certain things, but an inch is very important.
But for Supersize Stefan, the key question is how much he's managed to lose.
You were 34 stone 9. You're now 33 stone 8.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You've lost over a stone.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which I'm delighted at. It shows you're making the changes and the changes are working.
Before, it was just the same old thing. Work, sleep, eat. I've had enough, and I'm never, ever, ever going back to the life that I was leading.
I feel great. I actually feel comfortable. I don't feel heavy with this amount of weight on, and that makes me feel kind of good.
Elizabeth's put on more weight than I ever imagined she would, and she's looking so much healthier and happier that I really hope she keeps this up for life now.
If you are affected by any of the issues raised in this programme and would like more information, then log on to the Channel 4 website, www.channel4.co.uk/health. Coming up next time, Anna tries to get hooked on hypnosis.
All those old eating habits are out of your life, they are gone.
Gillian tackles Wales's rarebits in her crusade to reduce the nation's rears. And our supersizers explode in our feeding clinic.
Look at it, and you wonder why you're the size that you are with the breakfast.
Still eating it.
Why not treat yourself?
A treat is a big fat cream cake.